welcome to my budgeting channel. Why the Joy Ninja? Well, it's kind of a play on my name. I guess I'll explain it in another video, but I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Neen. I have 2 kids. I'm on a low income. I'm currently studying full-time, and I'm in my 40s, so I'm divorced and starting again. And the reason I've started this channel is because I want to talk about abundance. Abundance versus wealth. I believe that abundance is the right of everyone, and it's very personal. What abundance looks like to you might be different from what it looks like to me. I wanted to share some knowledge. This is kind of the stuff that I wish I'd known when I was in my 20s and 30s about budgeting. I've always been good at creating a budget, but we need to remember a budget, excuse me, a budget is a snapshot in time. Where I've fallen down is on the weekly. It becomes complicated and I get overwhelmed. So I wanted to share with you my envelope budgeting system. I've been running this for about 5 weeks now. I want to give you hope and encouragement, and I want to encourage myself, let's be honest, that I can create abundance on a very low income. Is it harder? Yes. Is it attainable? Yes, I think it is. And is it worth it? 100%. Because me feeling like I'm living an abundant life is a gift to myself, and it's a gift to my children. So in this video, I'm just going to have a little rundown of how I organize my binders. I get cash out and I put it in envelopes. A lot of my budget is still digital, and I can talk about that in another video. But at the moment I'm going to take you through what categories I've started, and maybe we have a little talk about resources you need to start. But don't let the lack of having a cute binder be the reason not to start cash budgeting. In a couple of days, when I get my income through, I'm going to show you my stuffing, and I guess that's the real ASMR satisfying part of this channel. Okay, so let's get started. This cute binder was the first thing I bought, and I bought it because it had a cash envelope at the back. It didn't have all of the envelopes, but it was the only thing that I could physically find to get me started. And what's great about this is it's got planner tabs, it's got notes tabs, and I'm using this to work out which categories to stuff on which weeks. It's got a to-do list, which I use for my shopping list, and it's got goals. So I love this for being able to pop in what I know is coming up, and also the things that I would like to stuff that I currently can't afford. So I've got sell stuff to make extra cash. At the moment I'm unable to stuff $100 in moisturizer and beauty products. I would like to have a haircut, but you know, budgeting is all about trade-offs, and at the moment, well, I'll show you. So that's that. This is my main binder. I actually ordered this one first, and then realized I ordered it off Trade Me and realized it was coming from China, and they're having a lot of COVID, and there's problems with delays in shipping. So I literally got this a few days ago, and I ordered it 5 weeks ago. I did find a local place that had imported the same things, and I actually got this cheaper. So I will link below where I found this one. Hopefully she's got some left, and she's local to me. She's in the South Island. So without further ado, I have in here a groceries tab, a fuel tab, a cafe tab, takeaways, and household. These are the weekly expenses that I take out in cash, and the reason that I take them out in cash and not digital is it's really helpful to see how much money I've got left in here, and my sense of competition with myself comes out, and I think to myself, okay, how much less can I spend in groceries? Even just having a little bit of change left over at the end of the week is a win for me. And that makes me feel good. That makes me feel abundant. And this is why I'm doing this. Now, I used to have in the back here, and now I've transferred them to this mint green binder. These are my savings challenges. I have literally got a spreadsheet, which I'll show you in another video, with something like 20 savings challenges. I watched a lot of The Budget Mum, The Budget Mom. I'll link her below too. She's great. And she talks about when you start doing this, you're going to want all the things. And you're going to want an envelope for all the things. So I stopped myself from doing that because that's too overwhelming. And I just thought about what are the three things, the top three things that would make me feel abundant in my life. I'm not talking wealthy, I'm talking abundant. So top of my list, priority one is emergency savings. And I have a goal there, a target, I should say, of $3,000, which is an astonishingly big number for me. My target is to put $40 a month in there. So I haven't run the numbers, but at the moment, that's what I feel I could realistically put aside and try to build that up to 3K. I mean, clearly it's going to take me years, and that's fine, as long as I'm putting something. And even if I don't reach my target, I'm cool with that. I'm putting something aside. And look, I'm delighted that after 5 weeks, there's a $50 note in there. To me, that's amazing. I feel really proud of myself. Christmas and birthdays is my second priority because I have 2 children and they're young. I love celebrations. I love baking cakes. I love giving presents to the people I love. This is a priority for me. I've actually mixed these up. Goal 2 is Christmas and birthdays. My target is $700 by the 1st of December. That works out, you can't really read that, but that works out at $87.50, which is quite a lot. It's quite a lot for someone who doesn't have, or 5 weeks ago, at the end of the week, I had nothing left. I literally had nothing left. My current balance is $46, but I tend to buy presents throughout the year. And I've actually bought 5 presents, and I have $46. So that gives me a little bit of ease. I feel like I'm starting to prepare for this. I have cash there for when I'm out and about. If I see something that would make a really good Christmas or birthday gift, I can get it. I'm not leaving this to the last minute. I'm not overspending because I'm in a rush and I could just buy all the things. And I'm not going to hit January, when my son's birthday is, and have nothing left. Kids savings is priority 3. My goal for them is $40 a month, so $20 to each of my children. I have savings accounts set up for them. These savings accounts are not for their daily needs. They're not for their school uniform or their school fees or anything like that. This is a legacy folder. This is putting something by for them for when they want to go to university or buy a car or get together a deposit on a house or get married or do their OE. For people who aren't Kiwi, OE is overseas experience. I guess in America you call that your gap year. What would make me feel abundant as a mother is to be able to help my children set themselves up in their life however they would like. So there's $20 in there. That's not much, but you know, this is long term. So that's why it's a third priority. My last is just a challenge savings goal. 22 deposits in 2022. This is actually something I wrote up in my journal at the start of the year. I have 22 little personal challenges of mine. They're not all finance related by any means. And again, this doesn't have a priority on it. And this is quite a low bar. But you know, I'm on a low income and I want to be able to achieve it. So I give myself that 22 deposits goal by the end of the year, and I've been doing it 5 weeks and I've made 5 deposits. You'll see here 1 week, the only thing I was able to deposit was 20 cents. Now that might, you know, you can come at me in the comments and say that's pathetic. I don't feel mad about it. You know, I don't feel ashamed. I feel glad that if 20 cents is all I can save, 20 cents is 20 cents. So mostly where the money comes from for these deposits is change left over from my variable expenses, my weekly expenses, my shopping, my grocery, anything that is change left over at the end of the week goes into my little savings jar, or if it's a note, it can go in here. And you know, that's going to build up. Don't know where that's going to, just want to save it. And then at the back here, these are like little placeholders for that magical moment when I get a job, when I finish my degree, which hopefully is in a month or 2. I have a dissertation to finish and submit, and then the job hunt begins in earnest. And I've just put these here to get me excited about, you know, a time when I can actually afford to put some money aside for getting my nails done and getting some shoes and getting some skincare. Similarly, I love doing craft stuff, so DIYs, so that's my favorite fabric shop, and resin and photos. All right, so I mentioned I would talk to you about resources. These are really cute, and I know myself, I like pretty things. They help me to engage with this process of budgeting, but don't let the fact that you can't afford a $12 binder get in the way of starting. You can start with basic envelopes and try the op shops. I've got lots of stationery at op shops. Fortunately, I quite like the kind of cottagecore, old-fashioned style, and every now and again I'll come across a pile of stationery that someone's cleared out. So envelopes are quite easy to come by. Don't pay retail, is what I'm saying. Even if you can only get one, you can get a butter knife and slip down here and lay that out flat and trace around it and create your own envelopes. If you have a printer or you want to go next level, Budget Mum, again, link below, will give you some downloads for free, some envelopes that are pretty and cute. What else could you do? You could just take your money out in cash and put a paper clip around each lot of money, each of your categories, and stuff it in your wallet like that. I like not having all my cash in my wallets, and I love having this separate. I can take this with me when I go grocery shopping. I tend to go make a list and go grocery shopping and do any kind of household shopping once a week. I am starting to buy foodstuffs from the warehouse. Again, that's a New Zealand thing, and I can talk in a future video about the app Grocer. There's been a bit in the media about it recently. There's been quite a bit in the media recently about how expensive groceries are. So, yep, that's for later. I just wanted to encourage you to get started. I'm going to be back in a few days. I'm going to show you how I unstuff and stuff my envelopes for the week. I hope this encourages you to have a think about abundance, because abundance is different from wealth. Abundance isn't the money that you've got in the bank. We all know that money doesn't buy you happiness. It really doesn't. Abundance is about using what you've got and being grateful for that. Because I tell you something, there's always someone who's worse off than you are. And I mean, that's a harsh truth. I don't want that to sound like I don't know what it's like to be really broke, because I do. But I'm a problem solver. You know, I don't want to sit in the misery of being one of the 50% of New Zealanders who are in poverty. And all I know is I'm in charge of my life. So I'm just making positive steps towards making my life more abundant. All right, that's enough blather. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening. Bye.